Y'all, it's your boy King Crowder, checking back in with another edition. I hope everybody had a phenomenal Black History Month celebration of your time and time with your family, baby. I do hope you checking back in. So I got another one that's gonna be groundbreaking, a little bit more modern. It's going over the Black Wall Street of Atlanta past and present. The one thing while doing my research I learned, man, is that Atlanta has really been a monumental Black hub for a very long time. Shout out to the A, they deserve their respect. The number one thing I want to chime in, there was actually something called the Sweet Auburn Historical District. It was actually the richest Negro street in the U.S. And it was one of the most popping movements that jump-started the Black Civil Rights Movement around the 1960 era. Why was this movement so predominant and big? Number one, it was the birth, home, place, and street where MLK grew up on. That's phenomenal to know that you got a big dog like that. One of the guys right there, Martin Luther King, grew up on that street and attended which one is known as the Church Ebenezer Baptist. Martin Luther King home is actually one of the most famous tourist spots in Atlanta presently. The reason why this movement was so big was because they believed definitely in being on code and supporting each other actively in business, politics, and with families. The biggest thing this community had a stronghold was they actually taught self-sufficiency and how proud it was to be a Black American, a foundational Black American at that time. The reason why there's such a big movement to understand, even at this time period of prominent life, we got to see firsthand how Blacks on code got things done. Two of the biggest things I wanted to know about the Black American movement was how culturally it is founded in Atlanta. You see a lot of Southern hospitality, beautiful lifestyle, and how they care about their community in Atlanta. You can feel it by stepping off the plane and going around their city. Atlanta truly is the number one Black economical hub to this day. Another thing I would like to point out that I kind of learned through my experiences is that Atlanta has the second largest Black insurance company. You know, the first one was actually built in Durham, North Carolina ever. That started the Berry Insurance. Atlanta has the second largest Black insurance company in there called Atlanta Life Insurance Company. Huge for that area. Everybody in that community is actively speaking about postponement and how economics is so powerful and how we need to be actively in the community, jumpstarting and getting things done. One of the monumental things I wanted to know about was how the life-changing activities came from in Atlanta. It's still a much segregated city with its own problems. We're not going to sit right here and act like it's absolved from them. But one of the things I just wanted to give credit to was how progressively thinking they are right now. I want to go on a current event point to change gears on this topic. Atlanta actually has a new Black Wall Street storefront near Stone Mountain, Georgia that is actively going on right now. If you're ever in that area, it's definitely worth shopping, going through and displaying your face in there to see Black business hubs in actively one location. Definitely want to go currently, and I'm going to go live while I'm there. But it's definitely something that needs to be big and discussed and talked about, touching the people. I think it's actively resolved for in the community. One of the things I also want to know for is that on blackstatistics.com, it ranked the top 10 U.S. cities for Black Americans. Atlanta was ranked number one as far as economic resources and the amount of money from Black families making an area. That's a huge impact and a huge resource we should all understand. So I wanted to shout out to Atlanta again for them trailblazing back in the 1910s and the 2022s. They really living up to the bill. I got to say, my city, Houston, we definitely got to catch up with that. But as far as the research goes, man, it's definitely awesome to see that Black business, that Black growth, and that Black justice movement really going on in Atlanta, man. So I have nothing negative to say. I think it is extremely awesome that the city is flourishing that way. And I think that is a hotbed for being a Black American right now. Atlanta's trailblazing. They're leading the way. And I think they're leading for the rest of the country, man. So shout out to Atlanta again. Any of my Atlanta folks, I'm telling you, I can't wait to stop by and see y'all later this year. And it's been an awesome, baby. So King Crowder, any comments, any thoughts you got for this video, y'all, please drop it down in the info link and I will watch. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, baby. And this is me checking out. Peace.